Hello everybody, this is Henry Lee. I'm preparing for a project of carving a new name seal for Grady, my Facebook and YouTube friend. So I wish he's watching soon. Okay, I'm going to get my designs here. Oh, yeah, you're right. You have good eyes. I just try to 1, 2, 3. This is number 3. Okay, anyway, this is correct. The one I have on the paper. So I'm going to talk about this design first while I'm working on the transfer. Grady, I'm glad you catch me just on time. Okay, would you mind if I talk about your personal what is called pen name? I cannot pronounce that English name. Pseudonym, right? So your pseudonym is based on your personality traits, not the sound of your name. Let me just we have several emails. Let me bring that out so I can describe the reason we choose these two words, 老魂 or old soul. Long discussions. To make it short, basically I was requested to translate, or actually to create a Chinese name for Grady. He's online right now. He said in the email that he doesn't want to translate based on the phonetic sound or the normal, like a Chinese, typical Chinese name. He always being a traditional person in his thinking that the way he doing things, he was a taekwondo martial arts teacher for many years. He belongs to the old school instructor, teaching the traditional values and ways. So in many ways, he felt like an old soul. I checked on Google. Old soul is a very popular discussion topic on YouTube in Chinese. There's some Saki readers or to explain that. So this kind of personality is very different. Like he would be. I think I maybe show you a link I found. If you search this word, let me type in these 3 words. So if somebody read Chinese, they can do a search on YouTube and find some spiritual, that kind of. I think I also have share some common characteristics of the old soap. I like to carve my seal in antiquarian style, antiquarianism, I call it. So stay with the old tradition, which has not been changed very much for 2,000 years. So this seal actually is very inspiration for me to design. So I kind of like a soulmate of Grady. So I understand what he would like. So in my design, I made first this design on the left corner. As you see, this is my first design. But when I show him, I showed in this sequence, number one is a more contemporary design inspired by Qi Baishi. He's a very powerful carpenter. And this is a more old, like a small script, and this one is small script. So I liked the elegancy of this round 朱文 or 圆朱文, the red, we call it iron line seal script, 铁线篆 or 圆朱文, the rounded seal script. And this has to be met, has to meet several conditions. So the seal has to be big enough, and the stroke is not too many. So we have to consider which characters to choose. Actually, the translation of old soul on Google Translate will be 3 characters. So we thought it's a 3-character seal. With some explanation, I convinced Grady to simplify it, because if you use this direct translation, old soul, it would be considered more like a mood seal. A mood seal is anything you can use. It could be anything other than name seal. Name seal usually has to do with last name, first name, but it could also be your nickname or pseudonym. So the pen name, it could be considered as a name seal. The difference between name seal and mood seal is it's hard to say. You could use 老龄. In fact, I have seen in one of the comments, in one of the discussion streams on YouTube, someone called himself 老龄, said, I'm also a 老龄. So it's a shortcut of 老灵魂. So 老灵魂 is a very formal, kind of translation, but you can simplify. Okay, we have a slow connection today, so I have anyway. So you better consult a Chinese friend like me when you make your name. So if you just use dictionary, you may make people laughing. If you call yourself 老灵魂, it's not very common to use 3 characters in a nickname like 老 something. There are 老子, there's old master, right? And there are many 老. I collected some seals here from my research. I can show you. I wish you can. Let me see if it's refresh it. Is my connection okay? Okay, let me just show you something I found online as references. Let me go back to, so usually when I start, I do a search on the dictionary. And there are many dictionaries of seal script online. So I found references like this for so and lao. There are many. This is a seal dictionary. They got a collection of characters from old seals. So I always use old seals as inspiration. This is the seal script in the dictionaries. This is something I used for my design one. This is all made by Qi Baishi, I think, the old master of painting. He also does very powerful. And this is some design I borrowed the character soul on the left. On the right is surviving or reserve, but it's a different mood seal. And you can use Lao Gen. This is someone's nickname. Old root. Zhi Ying means the seal of old root. So you can use 4 characters in this case. And Lao Yao, someone named himself old herb, old medicine, old herb. If I, always use Chinese medicine, I can use this name. I really like this name. I think somebody already took it. I think this is the name of Tang Yun, famous Shanghai master. And He Lao, meaning old crane, but this Lao is after the it's second. This is again the old herb, and this one is very important. Lao Bao. Lao Bao is made by Fu Bao Shi, the grand master. My teacher's teacher. His Bao Shi was his artist name. He used the embracing stone. Stone is a shitao or the seal stone. He is a seal engraving artist as well. So Lao Bao is his name, seal. And Lao Xia, maybe someone's, I think it could be He Hai Xia or something. First name was Xia, so you can shorten it. When you get old, you can call yourself Lao, like myself, Li Xiaohui, right? I can call myself Lao Hui or Lao Li, old Li. Here we are, Lao Feng. I borrowed this format for one of the designs we chose. This is old Feng. Feng is last name. So this is the design I borrowed. Okay, here is my design. So my design is really rooted in the ancient, the old tradition. So this one is based on the Qi Baishi style, and this one is a Han style seal script, and this is what we chose. This one is a variation of very unsharp. How do you say dull? D-U-L-L. The carving tool is actually a dull chisel, not really sharp. He's himself a very famous master, Wu Changshuo, and a painter. So many grand painter also very important seal engraving artist. And Lao Chun, I don't know whose name is that. The Old Spring. I used this one for one of the design in the ink style, negative carving style, or engraving style. Okay, that's the. Let's do this one. So my research takes most of the time. That's why I cannot show you my design until I'm paid for, because the brand part is what really matters. The carving is enjoyable, I will say, once you have the design done. So I'd like to show you the next execution steps. So this okay, this seal is a little bit smaller than the stone. I thought it was 3/4 inch. It's actually centimeters, 3/4. It's good to have a design a little bit smaller so the edge is rounded. Actually, it's not square. Okay. Next, I'm going to transfer the design with this magic liquid called acetone. It's an acetone nail polish remover. You can also get from hardware stores. It's a paint remover. Evaporate very fast. Okay, I need to. Okay, it doesn't work. This is why I have so many coupons, so I can erase it, redo it. I think it got wax on the stone, that's why I need to sand it first. I should have sanded it first. Okay, now let me take another shot. Okay, I tried eye of the dragon in this case. I'm not sure exactly. Or I will sign on the left side later, so you know the orientation of it. Okay, let me do it again. Oh, by the way, you have to use a laser printer to make a copy of the design, otherwise it won't work. The inkjet printer won't work with this procedure. I think that's very clean. I'm going to put this on the clamp now. I was asked once by some artists what font I use. Actually, I don't use any font. As you saw earlier, I collect many references and edit them on computer to make my own design. Here's the difference between design and creation. For design, you have to start with something, right? You don't start from a blank paper. So with the creation, you can do it without anything. Just so for this kind of old school work, I don't want to make any mistakes. You know, So it's everybody used a dictionary in the past. Nowadays we have online dictionaries, and better than that, we have database of thousands of seals. So you can do a thorough research of what has been done before, and starting from there. So it's a very scholastic work, I'll say. Every stroke has to have a reference. This is the idea. Only, not only in seal engraving art, in calligraphy, we also want to show off our research and study in the old tradition. So every stroke should have a historical reference from some grandmaster in the past. That's we considered the second nature. The old masters are the second nature. Just like when you paint landscape, you need to study nature, right? The cultural relics are second nature, and human, culture. So you have to study the old soul. That's the reason we call ourselves old souls. Old souls are educated, civilized, beautiful, right? Okay, I better use magnifying glasses. Cannot really see.